Thank you for joining us this evening. I want to thank those that made this evening possible, our board of directors, Al and our excellent staff, as you just saw in the video, and our event chairman, Glenn Meekum. I also want to thank all of our sponsors, but especially our two Commander-in-Chief sponsors, K&L Gates and Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. We are here tonight to celebrate the service of some outstanding veterans and citizens, but we are also here tonight to remember and build support for those veterans who are less fortunate and who are still struggling to reintegrate into society. Abraham Lincoln succinctly articulated our duty as fellow veterans and as American citizens, to care for him who shall have borne the battle and for his widow and his orphan. Most people are surprised to learn of the needs of the veteran community, and we at VLP see these needs growing exponentially. While most veterans return from duty and reintegrate into our communities with little trouble, there is a significant and growing number that are experiencing major obstacles to this reintegration. In the employment area, 1 in 5 veterans returning from a recent combat tour are unemployed. Younger veterans are twice as likely to be unemployed as their non-veteran counterparts. In the housing area, while veterans make up 9% of the population by one count, they account for 26% of the homeless. On any given night, such as tonight, there are 154,000 veterans nationwide and 5,000 veterans in Pennsylvania alone who are homeless. Besides housing and employment, there are other struggles. A recent study has said that 1/3 of all veterans returning from a combat tour will deal with some form of mental health issue. Now, this just doesn't affect individuals. With the greater reliance on the National Guard and the reserves, it affects families, and it affects our entire community. Today, over 40% of the Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, like me, were called up from the reserves and the Guard. Without a major military facility in our area, like Fort Bragg, many of these obstacles are unfamiliar to the average local citizen. And because so many fewer citizens are serving, our defenders remain in the shadow of our busy lives and deploy and transition back to civilian life. With over 300,000 veterans in our local area, today I ask you to answer Lincoln's call to duty. I ask you to help VLP care for those who have borne the battle. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce our outstanding executive director, a 22-year Navy veteran, Al Mercer.